So, drama. Everybody knows about the chisme. Everybody knows about the drama. Everybody knows what drama is. Now, oh, no, you don't get to see my feet. I have a lot of chisme to tell you guys. I have a lot of drama, actually, to spill. A lot, actually. Some recent, actually. A lot of drama. But, I need to take a shower first. But look at my luscious hair. Look at how bomb it looks. Look, hold up, wait. Let me fluff it out real fast. Like, damn. Look, you see? I'm a little sexy. I gotta take a shower, though, before my mom gets home. Yeah, so for anybody who finds the topics of abuse and such sensitive, such as like abuse, manipulation, themes of like mind washing, my bad, my nose is like really runny right now. But for anybody who finds this is making me uncomfortable. My bad. For anybody who finds those topics uncomfortable, please click off the video, because this video is meant to spread awareness, not make people uncomfortable. My bad. I'm just having a little sip before I get into this. Damn. I almost drank it all. So, abuse. What is abuse? Well, abuse could be defined as many things, depending on what kind of topic. There's emotional abuse, there's mental abuse, there's sexual abuse, there's physical abuse, there's verbal abuse, and then I'm pretty sure financial abuse. There's many types. There's substance, alcohol, many abuse. But the main ones we're talking about, my bad. The main ones we're gonna be talking about, I would say possible alcohol abuse, physical, emotional, and mental abuse. So if any of those trigger you, please just whoosh to the door. So let me start from the very beginning. So my bad. So there's what the fuck? From the very beginning, it started off as PP. So if you haven't watched the other video from before, the previous one with me and Charlie making bracelets and I'm talking about trauma and chisme, well, that sums up a lot of the context for XYs. But if you don't really want to click off the video and go to the previous one, because I know I kind of get like that, then I'll just sum it up for you. I have two exes who are very abusive. Well, one of them wasn't abusive, more neglectful, and the other one was abusive. Me and my friends came up with code names for them. One of them, the more neglectful one, is called Dingling, and then my abusive one is called PP, or PP Man. I'll just give. Oh, my bad. I have to put this in real fast. This video will also have slight mentions of SA, and for those who don't know what SA is, sexual assault. Yay! This is so comfortable. I mean, talking about traumas with other people isn't as uncomfortable, but when you're talking about it by yourself to a camera, and then things get uncomfortable. I kind of don't like the angle of this camera. It makes me feel weird, so we're just gonna put you guys up here. So, my bad, I got screwed up. So, on my phone you go. Fucking camera. So, how do I start this? Like, how do you, okay, I get some people could just naturally, like, open the gates to their traumas. How do I do that by myself? How do I do that by myself? I'll probably also talk about school, too, while I'm at it. First things first. What the fuck? Okay. Trauma. Brief summary of my two exes. PP man, physically, mentally, and emotionally abusive, and probably some other stuff. And then dangling, just very neglectful. I told them about my abuse, and they just ignored it, or they became friends with people who hurt me. So during the relationship too, actually, she, what the fuck is that thing? Dangling was actually friends with my other ex, PP, the abusive one. Even after, like, I told Dangling, hey, you see, this person's not a really good person. And then they were all touchy with my ex. One more thing, PP was very toxic. They would fake DID. She would fake DID, basically. For those who don't know what DID is a very serious, it's a very serious, my bad, I was finding the word. It's a very serious disorder. So basically, it comes with years of trauma, or a bunch of trauma, actually. A bunch of trauma has to be, my bad, my voice is like, so a bunch of trauma has to be, like, present in order to go insane in the memory. So basically, what your brain does is that it makes many different people inside of your head, so it gives you different coping mechanisms and shit. So, like, let's say you have a kid, and oh my god. So let's say you had a bunch of trauma as a kid. Well, at some point, there's gonna be, like, a child alter an alter is basically personalities and shit. So you're gonna have a child alter because that's when you started developing trauma and issues. There's obviously some other shit, like the protective one and all that. She treated it like a role play. And I'll just flash some images right here real fast and go quiet. She basically, my bad, I just found something. She basically just made fun of people with DID. Not making fun of or mocking, but she's basically like, I don't know how to explain it. She's just, Because you see, with DID, you don't have good people or bad people. It's just people in your head that want to protect you, or they're your coping mechanisms. You don't have a good and a bad side. She would use that to suicide bait me. She would use that to suicide bait me. Do you see how crazy that is? I sat there and I did research about DID and I was like, this doesn't sound right. She would treat it like a role play. She would suicide bait me. She would pretend she was her alters. She'd be like, oh, I'm gonna jump off Ellen in this window. She would use that a lot. Like, I'm not even joking. She would use that as a reason to ignore me, to neglect me, and to generally hurt me. I thought she committed suicide. She was pretending to be a fake alter to hurt me. I tried hugging her. I did hug her, and I cried because I thought she killed herself. You don't do that to people you love. You don't do that. You don't fucking do that to people who care about you. Okay? You don't do that to people who care about you. You don't do that. I brought it up with other people, ex-friends of mine. I was like, did she ever tell you about her other personalities? No. The thing is about DID, I'm pretty sure it's like, not saying it is like Tourette's, but it's like Tourette's. It's more, you can't help it. You see, it's not random because it has to be triggered. It's more of it can't be helped. You can't just have DID and then suddenly, poof, it's gone. No. It's life-changing. It'll stay with you for the rest of your life. You can't, my bad, I'm like opening this. You can't just have it and then poof, it's gone. You can't do that. Therapy doesn't just make it go away. It's still there no matter what. She got diagnosed with ADHD. I'm not sure if it was even an official diagnosis, but she said she was going on meds. She got diagnosed with ADHD, depression, anxiety, PTSD, and some other shit. She didn't show legal documents. First off, she said she went to a therapist. Things about therapists. Therapists can... I didn't know this before, but now I do. Therapists can't diagnose you with anything. You have to go to a psychologist. Or not, psychiatrist. I don't know. I forgot what they're called. She was lying. She pretended she got medicated. You don't get oh my. That made me mad, because, I know some people, I have family members who actually get treated for anxiety, for depression, for a lot of shit, actually. My dad, actually, he's currently on a bunch of meds. That's not funny. I had a dad, he's dead. He was on dialysis, and he had so much meds. That's not something that, oh my god. Sorry, my bad. That's not something to fucking joke around. You can't diagnose yourself with something and then say you're going on meds when clearly you're not. I feel like she's a narcissist. That's what she is. She's a narcissist. Sorry, my bad. I don't know. And the thing is, I'm going to a therapist sooner or later, I hope. And I have, like, bad anxiety. It's not bad to the point where I can't get out of my room and go to school and stuff, but it's bad. It triggers through certain things, and it gets bad real fast. It goes to, it goes to from 0 to 10 real fast. Like, it's not fun. That's not something to just lie about. Say that you're going on meds for things you probably have never even got diagnosed for. I don't even know some of the trauma she told me was even real. She corrupted my brain, basically. She basically corrupted me. I'm sorry. Fuck. Oh my god. I have to resort to my shirt. I have no clue where my tissue went. She basically brainwashed me. She hurt me in the worst ways possible. Cheated on me with my ex, who also, like, he would send me pictures of a fucking gun. He would send me photos of a gun. I was like, what if I kill myself? That's not... I have no room to talk because I get intrusive thoughts and I talk to people, but the way they frame it, it's basically like, well, I'm going to say this to hurt someone. That's not right. You don't say that to people you love. And the other one, I'm pretty sure I told them about my some SA, and Dangling became friends with my SAer. They became friends with my SAer. On to recent drama. They're going around saying that I hurt them. That I physically abused them. Let me get into that real fast. PP said I abused them. I never abused them. The most I could say was abuse was me play fighting. And I know what a lot of you are gonna say by that. And no, do not start typing out your paragraphs right now. Listen. Fully listen. We play fight. A lot. They told me, PP told me, she didn't like play fighting. I'm not saying that having memory issues is justified, but I was like, okay, well, we both know that I have memory issues. So if you don't like something, you could tell me, and I'll stop instantly. I told her countless times, in person and possibly in text, so many times. You could tell me not to do this. She would never say anything. She would just playfully fight back. Thing is, like I said, I'm not justifying memory issues, but if you're gonna tell me that you hate this so much and then playfully fight and then go home and then complain about it, you're just signing yourself up for failure. You're basically signing yourself up for failure. And when I would stop, after a while, I became used to not playfully fighting with her because she doesn't like that. So I stopped. I playfully fought with other people. You want to know what she did? She would yank me by my hair. She would hurt me because I playfully fight with other people. And the thing is, they didn't mind. I didn't playfully fight them like bad. Like, I wouldn't like full on swing. I would just like, we would do the same amount of damage to each other. And she called that what? Abuse? What did I do? I just wanted to play with people. I wanted to playfully fight. And you're calling that abuse? What kind of sick joke is that? You're over here yanking my hair after I stop. Abuse. Not to mention that my friends that would walk with us, well, not my friends, my friend at the time, pushed me out into the street to possibly get ran over. They weren't there. PP and my other ex, at the time we were all friends. I told her. Actually, no, I never told anybody for the longest time. Until more recently. But my friend did that to me. That's dangerous. You think playful fighting is dangerous when I've countlessly told you that you could just remind me not to do so. And I get it, it's not easy for people to just remind people, but I told her countless times, I forget. My memory issues were so bad, I couldn't remember what happened yesterday. I couldn't remember what I ate. I could barely remember. I barely even remembered my own name at some point. They were bad. They were like, my memory issues were bad. I told her countless times, over and over again. And then she used that against me. She would make me feel guilty about it. She would go ahead and say, oh, you're doing this because I'm smaller than you, and your brain sees me as a target to hurt. Little girl, I've dealt... Hold on, my mom was calling me. I'm calling her, my bad, my mom was calling me. I'm calling her a little girl, because that's basically what she is. She's so immature. It's not even funny. Legit. My bad. I was helping, carrying stuff. Because tomorrow's my niece's birthday. Birthday party, not her birthday. Where was I, actually? I low-key forgot where I left off. I low-key might have to review footage. Hold up. Okay, so memory issues. I don't know where to go from that, honestly. I guess the most I could say was that I had memory issues. Like I said, not an excuse for shit, but when you really can't remember, that cannot be used against you. Yeah. Now, recent drama. My bad. So, PP man, and and dangling. Oh, so basically, dangling was going around saying, "Oh, Levi abused me. Levi hurt me." I just spilled my drink. I'll just take you guys with me while I watch this. Do you even know what abuse is? Like, let's take a seat. Take a seat. Do you know what abuse is? Like, you're over here saying that I hit you. No, dingling, I've barely even touched you. A graze of a skin could be abuse to you. Actually, I've never really touched dangling before. Dangling was actually doing all the touching. Like, the fuck? And if you know me, you know now, I'm afraid of play fighting, actually, because of PP turning that against me. So, not only am I just afraid of play fighting, but I'm afraid of possibly hurting someone. So, ever since that whole situation, I've never play fought with anybody, ever. Legit. Like, when people hurt me, like, even unintentionally, if they're just play fighting with me and they unintentionally hurt me, I just take it. It doesn't matter what they do, I just take it, because I don't want that. I don't want that to be used against me, nor do I want people to get hurt. So I just sit there and I take it. Like, do you know how horrible that is, to the point where you're so traumatized to hurt people that you just take whatever people throw at you? Like, can you believe that? Do you even hear yourself? So dangling was after my relationship with PP. So, I've never touched really dangling. I've never really touched dangling, actually. The most I did was like a hug. I was scared to hold hands. I was scared to do anything. My bad. I was legit recovering from trauma that was given to me by PP. I was legit in recovery, actually. Dangling was not good for me at all. Dangling would hang out with PP. Dangling basically ignored my essay and became friends with my essayer. Can you believe that? Imagine that. You're in a new relationship after an abusive one, and they're so negligent to the point where they become best friends with everybody who hurts you. Could you imagine that? So, my bad, I'm eating my pickle. So after they become, my bad, I'm gonna have to take a pickle break because I'm gonna keep on wanting to eat this. So, Now, they're both going around saying I abused them. With the context you now know, who do you think is really abusing one another? I'm scraping my phone at the moment to find anything against PP at the moment, because I'm pretty sure PP is going to be the main one twisting this stuff on me, because PP is actually very manipulative. So, now knowing that context, what do you think? So, now they're going around saying I abused them, trying to lower my reputation, and I'm pretty sure trying to isolate me. You want to know why? You want to know why? You really want to know why? Because I'm dating Toby. I'm pretty sure that's the reason. I don't know the exact reason, but this happened after Dingling found out that I was dating my current boyfriend, Toby. Oh, boo-hoo. I'm dating someone else. You want to know what else they said, too? You really want to know? Oh, Levi only dates people that he's close with. Are you kidding me? What, am I supposed to date random people? Like, come on, man. You're better than this. Come on. You have a brain. Use it. Oh, Levi's all touchy with Charlie. Can I not hug my friends? Can I not caress them? I'm not like caressing Charlie's thigh. I'm like, you do that too. You're just a hypocrite. Like, listen. The difference between you being friends with PP and me being friends with Charlie is that, for one, you know everything about PP. You know the abuse. You know everything. You're friends with PP. Second, PP cheated on me with my own friend, aka my ex. So what does that say? What does that say? Third, I'm not trying to say that he should be on my side, but with all the evidence stacking up, come on. Legit. Think for yourself for once. And they would get touchy too. So, you can't use that against me because you got touchy with your own best friend, who's also my ex, who also abused and cheated on me. Has Charlie ever done anything to you? I don't think so. You've actually barely communicated with Charlie, so. And the thing is, the difference between you and Charlie is that one of you actually own up to your mistakes and your screw-ups. And that's Charlie. You, on the other hand, you don't. Dingling. So legit, get the fuck out. So yeah, they're going around saying all this bullshit. So at the moment, I'm scraping up old shit to try to find something to use against them. Because I'm pretty sure they're gonna sooner or later do the same to me. I barely have anything. This is legit what I have. I'll show what's on screen. Now, under the context, you would, if you were just seeing those messages, you'd probably think nothing of it. Maybe just a bit of a toxic relationship. But that actually shows a lot. It shows, like, who she really is. Because she said it brings out the worst of me when I'm drunk. Why is being abusive the worst of you? Why can't it just be you're yelling at people? you're accusing people. I'm like I said, well, not like I said, being drunk can't define you, nor can it choose your actions, because everybody's different when they're drunk. But why is it abusive? Why are you drunk? Why do you drink a lot? Your mom allows you. Your mom allows you. So, that shows, all those images I showed you show how patient I was, how kind I was being. And the thing is, if she could manipulate me and fake DID, what else could she do? Legit, what else could she do? Legit. If you think about it, what else could she do? She's pretty much narcissistic. So, if she could gladly fake DID, what else could she do? A lot, actually. The thing is, she was blessed with more good genes, I could say. So, not saying that, ooh, I love her. No. I get why people could fall in love with her, but she's evil. The prettiest, do you see a pattern with that? The ugliest people tend to be more nicer, more true to themselves. The okay and the neutral people and everything in between are more of, oh yeah, I have an ugly side, but I also have a pretty side. But the most beautifulest people usually have the most ugliest personalities. Not saying every single beautiful person is cruel, but I'm not saying every single every single ugly person is also an angel. There's gray in between black and white. It's not just black and white, there's also gray. And she just happens to be one of those people who get blessed with good genes and are extremely evil and manipulative. So, play fighting is abusive. Getting into new relationships makes you call out abuse that you've never experienced before by me. Okay. Sure, man. Whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat. Now, school. I'm sad that my PE teacher's ableist. I told him several times I have sensory issues. I have issues with loud noises. He rolls his eyes. He tells me, go take it to the counselor. He yells at me. Okay, for my girlies out there, or for my trans guys out there, do you know that feeling when or I'm sorry for not including the non-binaries and everything else that also have a uterus. You know that feeling when you sweat and you rub against that sweat with your pad and it creates friction and it makes your skin hurt and raw? That happened to me. I was in PE and I tried to tell the teacher that I was experiencing such pain from the bikes. He walked away. I tried telling him I had sensory issues, and that's why I couldn't take off my headphones. He either walked away or rolled his eyes when I blatantly told him, when I straight up told him, when I was clear, when I was so clear, I have sensory issues. He rolled his he rolled his eyes. And then people in the office, I think the dean was it, he made the excuse. Oh, he's a coach. He was an ex-coach. And you're very soft-spoken. So those two personality types clash. What does that say? I told him multiple times, I have issues. He yells at me. He tells me to go to the counselor's office. My bad, my phone just got like a battery warning thing. He tells me to go to the counselor's office. What does that say? Look! Wait, where's my paper? Let me get this straight. Counseling call slip. What does this say about you? You're trying to call my counselor because my bad. Oh my god, wait. Okay, wait. Is it gonna stop? I feel it. I know it's there. So, back to this. You're gonna call a complaint because I'm a student who doesn't want to take off his headphones. That's stupid. And blatantly legit ableist. I'm not trying to say, I'm not diagnosing myself as anything, but let me just be clear about this. The chances of me having any neurological disorder is actually pretty high. My bad. You know what? I need my blanket. This shit's stressing me out. I like the little softies. I call them my softies. I'm not trying to diagnose myself with anything, but it's obvious I have some type of neurological disorder or issue because I have like heightened sensitivities. I'm gonna just say it right here. I'm possibly autistic. Not saying I am, but there's a chance because my biological mom, I'm not saying she is, but she has possible autism because she passed it down to I think both my siblings and my biological dad. Difference between them both, by the way, because my biological mom has her own family and my biological dad has his. My biological dad has been diagnosed actually with autism and ADHD. So I'm not trying to say it, but the chances of me having autism are really high actually. So like I said, not trying to say I am, but there's a chance. I need to get diagnosed, if anything. Back to the story. Imagine someone with clear neurological disorder or issue or anything actually. They have sensory issues. You're telling a teacher, I can't handle this. I need something to calm me. And you get mad. What is that supposed to say about you? Not only are you basically like, we were doing like this bikes thing. I don't know what it's called, but we were doing a bike exercise. He wasn't gonna let me leave until I finished that bike thing. My pad was rubbing up against me, and when I got out, everything just hurt. I told the dean, like I said, and it felt like he was making excuses, basically. And he was like, oh, do you just want to not do PE while you're on your period? I'm like, it's not that I can do PE. It's just he needs to be more aware. And I'm pretty sure they either didn't talk about it or they did talk about it. And if they did, then my teacher's just being an asshole. Straight up. Because if he obviously knows that I have sensory issues and is still making it an issue, he's just being an asshole by this point. And low-key, I might just take the F. Because the thing is, I had my headphones on during PE. We were doing pickleball, and I was doing just fine, actually. My headphones made it more easier for me to do things. I was having fun. My friend was having fun, I think. And then we were playing with 2 random girls. Sure, we kind of sucked at pickleball, but I actually had some good hits at times. Because the thing is with me, I hit hard or too soft. But that doesn't mean you have to yell at me because I have my headphones. I'm doing just fine with them on. I was doing just fine with them on the bikes. I was doing just fine with them with a lot of stuff. I was doing just fine with them when I was walking the track. So why are you making an issue? I try to make accommodations for when I'm doing stuff. A good portion of my teachers know I have sensory issues. Probably all of them by now, because they probably sent out an email. Hey, the student has sensory issues. So you can't be clueless. You can't be this clueless. By this point, it's just on purpose. It just makes me mad because, like, I'm not doing anything but existing, and I get a fucking counseling call slip. Meaning I'm going to have to possibly talk to my counselor. I also, while I was reporting him, because I was reporting him for the whole bike issue, I heard the dean or whatever I talked to, and my counselor talking, and at some point, I think I heard the dean guy say, he's going after a teacher. No, it was something else. He's going after a coach, a literal coach. He's been a coach that's what I heard. I'm not going after a coach. I'm legit not going after a coach. I'm reporting something that made me upset. And you do not understand that. You did not feel the pain of a pad rubbing against you while you're doing something that's obviously very uncomfortable. There was guys who were just saying that they couldn't feel, like, the pee-pees. Gang. If there's guys who are saying they can't feel their pee-pees, what does that say? If the bike was that high up, what does that say? A lot, actually. I made it an issue because it was an issue. And you do not understand that. You do not have a uterus. You don't have to deal with that. So you don't understand the pain. You don't have sensory issues. So you don't understand the pain. You don't understand hating certain food textures. So when you taste them, you want to gag or just jump off a bridge. You don't understand having, even now, I'm hearing stuff throughout my house. You don't, but at least I'm in the comfort of my own home where it's more quiet. You don't understand how loud everything is for me. Toilets are loud. The shower is pretty loud for me at times. So many things are loud for me, and I have to deal with that. You don't have to deal with not liking how your socks feel. You don't have to deal with feeling certain textures that you don't like. You don't have to experience any of that because you're a normal person. You don't have to deal with gender issues. You don't have to deal with fucking gender dysphoria. You don't have to deal with any of that because you're comfortable. You're a man biologically. You do not have any sensory issues, and you've never experienced them. And obviously, you don't have experience with mental health. If you're going, obviously pads actually, because I'm telling you what was going on. Their fucking friction. Oh, well, we could just get you off PE if it's not about me not wanting to be on PE and PE actually, or not wanting to do it. I can do it, but I need breaks. I need to do something else because doing that constantly and trying to tell a teacher who's ignoring me, what does that say? He yells at me every day for having my headphones on. I told him over and over, I have sensory issues. Even my classmates know. I fell downstairs at some point and everything was so loud, so I immediately covered my ears because I heard doors, I heard walking, I heard gasps. Walking actually. I felt eyes on me. There was people gathering around me because I was on my hands and knees. Well, not hands and knees, but knees because I was covering my ears because everything was so loud. And a student who's a classmate actually, thank you by the way. He immediately knew to grab my headphones and give them to me. So what does that say? A student who barely knows me knows to give me my headphones. There's times where I sometimes get too overwhelmed and stressed, and it doesn't happen a lot anymore, but every now and then things get too stressful to the point where I just go nonverbal. The words are there. Everything's there. I want to talk. But it's like a violinist. It's like someone who plays violins who doesn't have their bow. You want to play music. You want to do music. You want to play music. But you don't have your bow. So how are you supposed to create it when you're there plucking strings? You can't. You need a bow. That's how I feel. That's the best metaphor I can describe what I feel. So, how is that supposed to make me feel? If you're watching this and you're my teacher, how do you feel? I'm talking to you. How do you feel to know that you are hurting a student who continuously told you, I can't do this without my headphones? And you brush them off. How do you feel? Be in my body. Like, if you were to swap minds with me for a day, you would see how that feels daily. It's not nice. Even now, like I said, the noises in my house even overwhelm me sometimes. Like, there's air, there's the beeping sound from my alarm, there's like noise outside. How am I supposed to feel? Tell me. I'm listening. What am I supposed to feel? What am I supposed to say? You're yelling at me, not even giving me the opportunity to talk, and you tell me to go to my counselor's office. He doesn't give me time to speak. He just yells at me. Take your headphones off. Take your headphones off. Take your headphones off. Take your headphones off. Counselor's office. Go to your counselor's office. That's basically what he said. Basically. He didn't even give me room to talk. And you're saying he was a coach. Yeah. Yeah. We could offer you to not do PE when you're on your period. Okay. That doesn't take away from the pain. That does not take away from the fact that the teacher's obviously not listening to me after I told him things. But yeah, that's what's going on. I'll maybe record tomorrow for my niece's birthday. Right now, though, I might just need some time. I just needed to get this, like, out there, though, because, you know, I sometimes need to express myself some way. Another video, by the way, was supposed to come out, but it didn't come out yet because it wasn't ready and shit. I still have to do my stuff. Back scratcher. Editing. But yeah. So expect it to come out sooner or later. Yeah, that's life at the moment. Really shitty, I know. Hopefully tomorrow's a great day, I guess. Bye.